Greetings, traveler.
So this is a Jeef game that came recommended, so we're gonna have a look. It's an 11th hour game, Beast Dragon Ellie Mech Quill. I think Jeef said he updated the strategies, so let me have a quick look. So we have Magic Fin and Demons S tier, Stegodon A tier, Bounty, Murloc. So not too many surprises. Caligo's A tier, wow. So that moved up. Rally Menagerie moving down because it's less tempo. Okay. Cool. A little surprise with the Caligos. Stegodon also up pretty high, but then no surprise for the S tier comps. All right, we're gonna go Sire. Destroy 10 for accelerations, 35 dying for tombs. Yeah, that's just tombs. Acceleration kind of sucks. So it's a beast lobby, mech lobby. You could also get the spark with the spell that buffs the shieldy thingies. There's some use for tombs here. We also have a pretty nice nice starter minion. It's a token. We probably like Mana Saber if we're doing this, but like I don't know if he wants to freeze. It's kind of buying trash, and Jeef doesn't like buying trash. Okay, we are gonna freeze for the quest. Hey, okay, so the instinct wasn't too far off because he has lasso there, right? Yeah. Okay. No damage taken. Pretty cool start. It's actually a great lobby to go with Sire because it's a slower lobby where you can you have the ice block, so you can take a big quest. I like the Mana Saber freeze a lot. Yeah, it's just gonna give him tombs faster. Tombs. What unit was he getting from tombs again? I have to see. I don't know if anyone recalled it when he picked his quest. Because that matters a lot whether you want to rush it or not. Goldrinn? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So the reason why that's so good is if you rush tombs and you don't get a good death rattle in terms of combat, then you still just take a lot of damage. But if you rush tombs and you get Goldrinn and you have, assuming you have some beasts on your board, that's really good because then you're immediately strong, which makes the Mana Saber also a really good pickup. Because once he gets Goldrinn, he can just keep the Mana Saber for quite a while. Because that's just tempo. So far, really clean start. All right, we're farming our crest pretty quickly because of Mana Saber and the mech. And if we do get the quest, we'll have the Goldrinn. A really solid start. I mean, these are not bad units, but I don't know if Jeef wants to pick them up if he's playing for tombs. Looks like he does, yeah. It's a very clean turn, right? Because you can buy the oil for one. Yeah, get the buff. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a really clean turn. Roadbore is not bad, but this is better because you want the Archivist to fix your gold. And then if you're casting the spell, you can get the instant tempo of the +1 damage from the Hooktail. So that's oh, Twitch lagging a bit there. Sorry. That's very nice. Okay, the opponent has a lot of summons. We're not really beating them. But we got the oil, right? Got some tempo. Nice trade into the oh my god, we actually tied. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, that's super nice for him. I think he's doing the math whether he can get all the hits in one combat. I don't think so, right? I kind of like Buddy sell tier and then get in a line next fight. But maybe he wants to stay on tier 3 and roll for Raptor, roll for more Mana Saber. He is definitely considering it. Yeah, he could also roll Macaw. Summon 10? He's only summoning 3 this fight. It's not that easy. Okay. Alright, so after a lot of deliberation, he is going to go with the instinct play here. It just makes a lot of sense, right? Because if you pop your buddy out for 4, you need 1 more gold to tier, but you want to sell the buddy anyway, so... So if he had rolled on 3, it would be pretty all in, because then he really has to hit cards like Raptor, Macaw to set up his Goldrinn already. And he's not taking too much damage here. Stego. Probably not. Okay, because he's on 31 and he's in 11th hour, he's just gonna tier. Okay, so he needs 5 things to die here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, you can see that he is moving his Raptor to the back here. And that's probably because the quest is gonna complete in the middle of the turn, the middle of the fight, I mean. So if the Raptor doesn't get sniped, it means that he will get double death rattles from the raptor because 5 things have died by the time the raptor dies. Intuitively, he put it in the front, but then he, you know, fixed that at the end. That's really, you could really easily, you know, not do that. Okay, should be taking some damage here. Or not? Wait, raptor, wait, Jeef. Jeef, please. Okay, buddy. Okay, the fact that he doesn't take damage here is actually outrageous. Ah, that is illegal, bro. Like, what? Okay, Jeef. Yeah, okay, he's gonna go to 6 because he's got money and he doesn't hate rolling more Goldrins. Yep. I think you still take the Wind Fury guy too, just because, you know, you want Macaw anyway. Okay, he's gonna Golden Touch. I missed. That's honestly not a bad Golden Touch because his money is pretty clean. He can just buy one and freeze. All right, sell, buy one. Yeah, he might not freeze, but it's a pretty good unit. Let's see. He's not gonna freeze. Okay, maybe it's too early, but it's such a nice unit for Macaw. The greed is real. I mean, define greed. If greed is making the correct play, then yeah, I suppose he's playing greedy. Right, there's no point for him. Like, he's on 31 health with an ice block and 8 extra gold in the hand. Right? Like, it's just incorrect if he's going to play defensively. That's why I usually don't love the terminology like greed, and even though I say it myself, right? Because it's such a common thing and it's more like a feeling, but I feel like there's just correct and there's incorrect. And I think what he did is just correct. But that's why it really, really matters what kind of situation you're in, right? You can't just say, oh, well, Jeef went to tier 6 on turn 8, so I'm going to go to tier 6 on turn 8. He could do that because he's playing an anomaly where he has an ice block. He got some really nice fight RNG. He wasn't taking damage. He already completed this quest, so he's actually strong now, so... Even though it's normal, right? It's normal to say, oh, that's greedy. Because again, right, I'm guilty of it too. I say it too, but I think it's just better if we look at positions and we say this is correct or this is incorrect. And obviously, I mean, it's easy for me to say like, oh, I think Jeef's play is correct after, you know, this Jeef lad has some potential, right? He's making correct plays. But the logic behind it also makes sense, right? Like, we can see why he's doing what he's doing. But that's why I talk about it a little bit, just point it out and hopefully make decisions in your own game easier, right? To see, okay, why would I do this? Like, ask yourself, why am I doing this? And in Jeef's case, right, it's tier 5 is okay for him, but tier 6 has more Goldrinn, chicken, Hamul, right? Hamul is a really good reason to go to 6 for beasts. Even if you don't need many 6-drops, because Hamul is so good to get more reborns, to get more macaws and stuff. Oh, he's looking at Golden Touch on the macaw. I don't know. That's a lot of gold, bro. But I guess he just wants a 6-drop too for Oxstrider and for Goldrinn. So maybe he's just calculating the cost of throwing the Golden Touch, and then if it misses the parrot, he just gets a 6. Okay. It looks like that's what he was considering. So he wasn't really thinking about his buddies yet. Mech Horse is very strong, yeah. Brand doesn't really get us that much money here. I guess we have elementals. He could technically buy Brand to get free rolls and to get Tavern Tempest. So essentially, he's gonna have like, not this turn probably because he doesn't have a battle cry yet, but he could have like an economy section of the board and a tempo section of the board. And because he is strong, he can afford that. He can basically afford to have a little tempo section of the board where he's like, okay, the Bran and the battle cry slots, that's 2 greedy slots, and then I have the rest is just my beasts to make me strong and win the fights. But he doesn't have to play the Bran yet because he didn't roll battle cries. That's actually interesting, right? So he's in such a good position that he is not worried about making his board weaker to ultimately make it stronger, of course. Because if he gets the Bran, assuming he gets the right taverns, he'll make more money, which means he can roll more cards, which means it's more likely he ends up with Golden Titus and stuff. So these are all like things you can very easily just like not think about, right? But I'm gonna try to consider that for my own beast games if I am indeed having such a good early game. To just pick up, I mean, I don't need a lot of persuasion to pick up a Bran, I'm gonna be honest, but I was like, hey, Jeef did it. It's just correct, chat. You play beasts with Brad. Yeah. Bunk, bunk, bunk. Got the lethal. Yeah, he's stupid strong. Even without Titus, he basically has Titus. Rylak Bran. Oh, okay. He wants to... I guess he wants to farm rerolls. Because no other battlecry really makes sense. Assuming he's going to use Macaw, because you'll trigger it too many times. Because he already has double death rattle. It's interesting that he didn't go for his buddies. Oh, okay. It's because of pen pal. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. 14 stat increases. That happens in one combat. I'd probably go buy 4 minions. I don't think a lot of our minions die. Yeah. Ooh, okay. You got the Tempest, right? Sell Macaw? Wait, what? Okay, so... Oh, it's because he would rather use Herald. And he doesn't want to sell out of the mech horse because that would be too weak. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, these are interesting things. So is he gonna put that Rylak second then and say... Yeah, okay, I like that. So this is basically what we said, right? Where he's gonna go half tempo, half value. And it turns out it's 3 slots instead of 2 slots. But I guess the Rylak is a beast, so Goldrinn buffs it, so it's like half and half. That's a big board. So it looks like he will lose, or... It feels like he loses, right? Now it is a nice hit, right? Snipes the Goldrinn with Reborn. So maybe... But I mean, he has so much time. Damage cap is still on, so he can only take 15. He's on 31 HP, and he has the Ice Block. So now he has 16 free rerolls to do exactly what we talked about, essentially. Right? He now has more money to roll for his combo. Or he could pivot out of Beast, but that'd be a little bit difficult to do because you don't have a big shop for Nomi Elementals. Murlocs are out, so you can't get that fast, like, base skill poison stuff. Mechs you wouldn't really pivot into. So I don't think he's gonna... I think he's gonna stay in Beast from the types, at least from what I can see. It seems really hard, but he's just gonna use the rolls to have more Beast stuff, yeah. Hamul, as we talked about, really good for Beasts. Goes for the overconfidence. He's gonna be in the top 5. He hovered to Steg for a second, but he's pretty deep into Goldrinn, so... Yeah. So he doesn't want to run out of gold, but he has 8 golds. And then another 8, right? Yeah, he has 16. We can do that. We buy the Dracasath. Dracasath is okay because you could roll another one and then it's a triple and then you can get a 6-drop. I wonder if he's selling his mech horse here. I would assume so against the ghost. It's either that or the reroll and he just hopes to get it back. Yeah, he has such a big turn ahead. Okay, he found a reroll, so... He could also triple the reroll. Oh, he wants a triple to reroll. I love that. He's like, mech horse, get it out of here. Oh, he found it. Oh, dude, he actually is he's gonna get enough rolls for the rest of the day, chat. Like, this is silly because he might play another chicken. Okay, he's got Reborn on Goldrinn. Oh my god. Yeah, the main thing is, like, you want that Rylak to die, so... I can imagine him just playing, Ooh, that's so good. I can imagine him playing Macaw here to farm more rolls. Yeah. Look at the Goldrinn positioning. He's getting ready to play Macaw in the first... Oh! Oh, but he freaking gets it done, right? Look at that. Like, that's the crazy part about watching this. Like, not only did he set this up like the Giga Greed, he also actually finishes his turn, which is ludicrous. Okay, Battle Cruiser killed off Goldrinn, sure. Yeah, dude, there's so many rolls. 46, 54 rolls, and the opponent is big enough to kill our Rylak at least one time, probably twice. 86. 102! He can refresh the tavern 100 times. So this is where you have to detach a little bit and say, okay, I really don't need Bran. I mean, he probably keeps Bran for a little bit, right? Because he has battle cries in his hand and he can get more gold. Now, he doesn't have infinite gold, right? He has infinite rolls. So that's a difference where if he buys, you know, like 5 things, his turn is over. So keeping Bran to generate some economy while he is rolling isn't a bad idea. Yeah, he could have golden that, but whatever. So, yeah, I mean, I guess the hunt for Titus begins now, right? Scope is always so nice. Yeah, doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't really think he wants to keep Rylak anymore. I think he wants to have a proper beast transition this turn, because damage cap is off, so he could just lose his ice block here, and that just doesn't seem worth it, because he would only get more rolls that he doesn't really need, because he's still on 90 rolls. So, okay, we're gonna new Zhao to buff that. Yeah, I don't need Bran. Reroll's fine. Or Reborn, rather. Probably just Wind Fury to Macaw, but fine. Then he doesn't need that taunt that gives Wind Fury. Yeah, 4 gold left, but he does have a hand. Ooh, ho ho ho. Wait, double golden Goldrinn? Bran out, yeah. Okay. He could have even tripled the thing. So we're gonna keep the rolls. Yeah, he's not even going to go for that. He's thinking about buying the Macaw. Yeah, I mean, so he's keeping the Rylak for 1 more turn, even though he has 78 rerolls. I mean, yeah, I think he thought about triggering the Rylak for another round, and then he looked at his rolls and be like, oh, I don't need to do that. Yeah, I like the overconfidence here. Get a little bit of extra cash, and then just end on the mech horse. Yeah. Yeah, no Titus, and he burned through like what, 30 rolls, 25 rolls. But he does have the quests, right? Okay, he's not gonna take damage here. He's gonna proc the opponent's ice blocks 63% of the time, according to tracker. So yeah, this is just crazy, man. Like, there's so much Goldrinn. Like, double golden Goldrinn is a lot better than it used to be, because chicken, right? Chicken triggers 2. Before chicken, you would just have Macaw, and then, you know, the second Goldrinn's still okay, but you don't really trigger it. But having the chicken makes it so much better. So yeah, with 92 rolls now, really does not have to worry about keeping that Rylak in the elemental. But the ice block is on, and the game could go long, so who knows, right? Who knows, Chad? Nice, yeah, that's good to shield your mech horse. You had the pants already for that. Titus! Yeah, we just brute forced it, because he can reborn the horse now. Shield reborn horse. He values his money more that he doesn't need Hamul. And I kind of agree with him, where if you have 80 rolls for free and you only have like what, 9 gold left or something, you don't have to pay 2 gold to make your shop full of beasts. You would rather just see more shops, right? Yeah, the Hamul is bait now, which is funny because it's normally so good for beasts. So I'm expecting to see Titus on board, Reborn on the shielded mech horse. He was thinking about the second shield for a second. And then I'm guessing another mech horse. So I'm thinking this is time to get out of the Rylak. But who knows? This could be cool to see whether he wants to keep it or not. Hawksride is a bit weird. Found another Titus. Yeah, time to get out of the rolls. 60 rolls left. He has double new Zhao in his hand. So he's selling the new Zhaos? Yeah, okay. And now he's gonna stop rolling, right? Because he's kind of done. He's thinking whether he wants the second mech horse or not. Oh, he's not gonna go for the Macaw. So what are we rolling for then? Titus, right? We're rolling for the Titus. Okay, he's gonna take it anyway. I guess time is running out. Bank the pants to module the other horse. Yeah, sounds good to me. Oh no, just taunt the Goldrinn. Okay. Hey, Duck. Zarella. So this is Cookbook, right? Yeah. Cookbook mech. But with no boxer. Yeah, he's winning here, but the issue is that Jeef is not scaling that much anymore, and Cookbook does scale, especially if he finds boxer. But this is slightly scary. It's funny, like, he doesn't look super strong, but then the mech horse, right? It gets, yeah, it gets macawed because it has shield. Look at how good this is. 400 damage ponies. That'll do, chat. That'll do. Yeah, ETC still has block. He's gonna have a long time here because we only dealt 15 because we have tokens. Then now we have a ghost fight. Then ETC is gonna fight Snake Eyes. Probably not lose. And then he can still fight Jeef. And then Jeef can proc his block maybe. Right, so it's gonna be a very long... so it has a very long runway to scale. Which is why comps like Goldrinn, they are definitely a lot worse in this ice block anomaly. Because Goldrinn caps out, right? 40 gold. 40 rolls, sorry. Yeah, maybe he is gonna miss that he doesn't have Rylak. Alright, he just wants the taunts, yeah. So he's picking up the Poltron. That is something that I do myself. It's actually a really fun path that you have that in Beast. So the Poltron is likely for Stegodon pivot. And that's simply because what he has right now, Goldrinn, is very solid if the opponent is just like running tokens or is in general just not that huge. Because the mech horse will essentially make it like 0% chance that you lose. Stegodon build can definitely lose because it can get out tokened and combat can be bad and stuff, but this Goldrinn build is very safe. However, if your opponent gets very large stats, which it's looking like because ETC has so much time, Stegodon can deal way more damage. So that's probably why Jeef is pocketing the Poltron here. It's to set that up. But he does have a lot of rolls, but not that much gold, right? So if he has to buy the whole comp, it's funny how he has a golden Titus and he held that in his hand because he doesn't need to. That's how weak the ghost is. Okay, so the Snake Eyes died, but we fight Snake Eyes because somebody quit. That's actually bad because that gives ETC one more turn where he's not fighting us. On the other hand, if Jeef is trying to pivot Stegodon and Jeef would lose this round, it's actually good for Jeef. Mana Saber? Or does he just use the tokens from the mech horse? Mana Saber is interesting. Alright, another chicken. 19 gold now. I could see us wanting that Hamul. It's a very annoying position because you don't really want to sell anything. Let's see what he does. Okay, he's just gonna freeze Hamul. Yeah, he's on 19 rolls now. Hamul is a lot better than it was before. He's still not playing Titus. He's like, I don't need to, bro. I don't need to play Titus. I can play 6U. I can hold a golden Titus in my hand. That is so silly. I mean, he has a Titus on the board, right? Because of the quest. And he has double golden macaw, double golden Goldrinn, and golden chicken. So, like, he's good. He's not going to lose against the ghost. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a great Goldrinn build. Yeah, the issue is the Zyrella buddy just keeps scaling. Did the ETC just lose? No, he just took damage from the damage quest, the damage spell. Okay. So golden chicken, golden Stegodon. Wow, okay. That was a good start to the turn. Good Hamul. Definitely worth. Yeah, I think this is twofold, right? Like, first of all, he doesn't really have the pieces to transition. He could play Stegodon and he could play Golden Chicken, but it's not strong yet. He doesn't have the Wind Fury taunt. He probably also wants more chicken. But this is also just to see, okay, how big did the opponent get, right? Am I not just selling my board for no reason? Yeah, so he did find boxers. So this is now an issue. And there's a Golden Elder, so this is essentially what Jeef felt coming, right? It's the, oh, my opponent has cookbook in a mech lobby with the Zarella buddy, which is going to be an issue. My Goldrinn build isn't going to be good enough, so I'm going to prep the beast transition. So now he has 18 rolls left with the additional 11 gold that comes with the anomaly. Now Jeef is still really strong, right? This is like, these tokens still have the quests, right? So it's a wonderful board, but it's not 15,000 health. 15,000 health is, yeah. Alright, so now our damage cap gets procced. He's looking for another chicken. He's looking for the taunt that gives him Wind Fury Divine Shield. Maybe Mana Saber, but he does have 2 mech horses already. Okay. So he's not going to go for the Reborn. He's going to go for the... found another chicken. That's good. So he's not going to go for the Reborn. He's just going to go for the taunt on the other mech horse. Alright, he has Reborn on both his chickens. That's very good. He found the taunt. Does not want the Wind Fury. Whoa, really? Does he just not have the board space? I guess he doesn't have the board space. Wow. He does scale a lot slower then, but I guess he just doesn't have the board space if he wants to run that Divine Shield mech horse, which he does. I don't know. I really, really like Mana Saber in this comp, but I guess he does have tombs, and it is really nice to run Tombs mech horse. So now we're just rolling for Mana Saber. Okay, he is. That's why he's buying the Scout. There was a Mana Saber like 2 turns ago, but that was hard to call. He didn't know how big the ETC was gonna be then. Alright, have another Scarab. Yeah, Mana Saber is just very, very solid, simply because it's taunted tokens. So what he wants to have happen is he wants to attack with the Macaw to spawn taunts from the Mana Saber, and then the taunts die, and then the chicken will proc, and then the chicken will buff the taunts from the Mana Saber, and then the Macaw won't be sniped because of the taunts. The Macaw attacks again, he spawns more taunts, and it's this really nice cycle where the chicken just keeps buffing. But it's interesting that he wasn't interested in Screecher. He wanted the Mana Saber, or he wanted to have the taunted mech horse, and he does need taunt, right? So it would have been taunted Mana Saber. Oh no, it's taunted. He needed 2 Mana Sabers then, right? Because you bumped 1. Yeah, it's a tough one. Okay, so this has more potential, this build, because mech horse is better than Mana Saber when it comes to pure spawning things, but it doesn't have taunt. So that's the... Yeah, but the opponent is hitting the tokens, so it's really good. Like, the chicken's not getting sniped here is wonderful for us. Yeah. Now we can see how the rally is being reapplied. And chicken attacks again. Yeah. He still has this mech horse, so... As long as the chickens don't get sniped here is good. Oh my god, I think he's got this fight. But you can see how fragile it is without the Mana Saber, right? Like, the opponent could have easily killed the chickens earlier and then it would have been game over. But if they don't, the mech horse is pretty good. Look at this damage, chat. 245k on the tokens. All right. Because the chickens are tier 6s, he's going to lose his ice block here. What is this? This is Stegodon. But Stegodon really, really, really needs Poltron. That's the thing, right? Stegodon is really hard to set up because you absolutely need Poltron, and preferably as many as possible. Right? It's such a good thing. Because without the Stegodon, you sorry, I was gonna say without the chicken, you never apply enough. I mean, you can buy that. Can you play it? -1 Macaw? I think you buy it, right? Because you want 2 golden chickens, but you're not really doing anything else with your turn. But what else is he rolling, right? Mana Saber, yeah. Because Reborn Macaw to generate more tokens is very good. Because if you just have Poltron in the back. Ooh, is he gonna Wind Fury? Wind Fury the horse so it dies. Okay, that makes sense. I did say you want as many chickens as you can get, but this definitely makes the fight even more scary, where we need good combat RNG here because the chickens can just get sniped instead of the tokens. So let's see. And there's a lot of Wind Fury on the other side of the board. White mane on the horse. No reborn then. But then again, he has tombs, so he's not getting reborn anyway. Wind Fury will kill that. Macaw won't get any value now. That's a little annoying. Yeah, we wouldn't have even minded if one of the Poltrons got taunted because they all have reborn. Okay, so one Poltron down, but not the golden one. That's a huge deal. And it's pretty important here that he has tombs. Okay, the combat is great. Like, honestly, these chickens are just not being touched. The opponent is very considerate here with not attacking our chickens. Yeah, okay, we're down to just chickens, so now they have to attack chickens. Yeah, we're gonna get there. It's so much damage. Get chickens, my dude. I wonder what the stats were like, but Deck Tracker was like, I ain't calculating that, my dude. And honestly, Deck Tracker's right.